What's going on, everybody? Today's Diablo 4 video is going to be Bone Spear Necro. She started off as a minion Bone Spear Necro, and when I got to about 41 or 42, something like that, she got to where it was taking too long to kill stuff. And then, like, the more enemies there were, the more my minions would be spread out, and it would take even longer. She wasn't really having a problem surviving too bad, but she wasn't doing the damage that I wanted, so I ended up switching her to a pure Bone Spear. It worked out pretty good. My other Necro, my hardcore one, I got her to 50. She was a summon shadow damage, used Decompose and Blight and all that, and she did pretty good all the way up to 50. I never had no problems with her. I don't know if I just had her set up better than I did this one or what, but she didn't have problems. But I stopped at 50 because she was hardcore, and I still have lagging issues, which compared to whenever I first got the game, I got it about a month after it came out. They fixed a lot of the lag issues, it seems. I still have a few here and there, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was, so that's been nice. Show you just a little gameplay of it, and I'll show you my equipment stuff too. I'm trying to find a good focus so I can use a one-handed sword. That way I can have an extra skill, extra aspect I'm shooting for. And I picked up one a while ago, but didn't have the skill I wanted. But I compared it. It and that one-handed sword I got, I compared them, and it had I don't know, about 300 more attack power that it gave me. So I was like, yeah, that's cool. Maybe it'll help. Because my skills are basically the same on the one-handed sword as they are on my two-handed scythe. The only thing I'll be missing is the life on kill. I love that shit. It keeps me from having these potions. You know, I was gonna work on bosses, but when my bosses actually have a sword that I switch to, because it's got critical hit damage, so that's what I use on that. But generally, yeah, all she really uses is Bone Spear. I never think about Corpse Tendrils, which I've got the Sacrilegious Heart equipped. That's why it's popping Bone Spears and Corpse Explosions and fucking Corpse Tendrils. That's not me doing it. That's the Sacrificial Heart. Sacrilegious Heart. If you want to level up your glyphs fast, the fastest way of doing it is going to be doing Surrat's Lair, Hoarfrost Demise, let's see, Condor Temple, and Mariner's Refuge. Because all four of those have, they're really short. Instead of having to do, like, you know, get the Animus and then find a key or whatever, or Bloodstones or whatever. On these, you just have to do 3 things. You in Surrat's, all of the Condor really, you destroy 3 things and then fight the boss. That's all you gotta do. Condor Temple is basically the same, but instead of destroying 3 things, you have to kill 3 high priests and then you go fight the boss. So they're a lot shorter. And to me, that's the best way of leveling up the glyphs. If you want to level up, you want to do Ironhold or Order's Cave, because that seems to be the 2 best. I looked it up online, and what I came up with was Champion's Demise. I don't know how to read it though. Blind Burrows, Cobble's Mine, Charnel House, Ruins of Eridu, and Ironhold. And out of all those, Ironhold and Order's Cave seems to be the best ones to me, in my experience, what I've done. They seem to have the most enemies. And they've got a lot of guaranteed elites too, so you can get some good loot. If you're trying to get loot, that's a good way to go. But like there's a lot of enemies in there, so it's good for leveling up. I like your Thomas Grasp. I do it a good bit. But as you see, yeah, that's all I do with Bone Spear. The Corpse Tendrils help with damage. They give a lot of damage. It's like 60%. I'll show you my items whenever I clear this so you can see what I got set up. Like I said, I like the life on kill that this scythe has because it keeps me from having to use potions. So this is nice. Corpse Explosion is used for getting my magic back, but I've got a couple skills on my stuff that makes it to where I have essence cost reduction, and then some other stuff that increases the rate that it recharges and whatnot. Like I said, I'll show you whenever I get done. Just kind of walking up on them. Okay. Now the only problem I have with this character is her fucking damage is erratic. She criticals almost all the time, which is nice, but her damage is just, I mean, it's everywhere. It might be 100,000, it might be 6 million. It just, I mean, it could be anywhere in between. Which I don't see the 6 million unless the corpse tentacles grab something. But I do see 2 and 3 million for regular. I wish I knew how to get it up to. I saw a video of a dude doing like 17 million fighting the Uber Lilith. Oh, there it is. I see where it's at. Oh. Outside was that. I don't care for the trade road. But like I said, yeah, her fucking damage is just ridiculous. It's so random in what it does. There's refuge. Which I don't know why I'm doing those anyway, because I've all the, there it is. All the glyphs that I use, I've already leveled up to 21. So I don't really have much need. But from my experience doing the Grim Favors and Whispers, it takes about the same amount of time as it does to clear some Nightmare Dungeons. And with that, they give about the same amount of experience, really. The Grim Favors give good experience, but like I said, it really takes about the same amount of time as it does to do the dungeons, so it's really just a matter of personal preference at that point on what you want to do. So oh yeah, let me switch mine. Yeah, see, that's my sword. I'll show you when I go back to town. I just go to Kyoto because that's the only place that I can remember where everything's at off my head. I know where the blacksmith's at and all of them, but this part, other than that, I have to look at the map. So I always go back to Kyoto. But that's basically her gameplay in a nutshell. I use the Bone Storm because it gives you a little bit of extra critical hit chance, but I only use it on bosses because I don't ever think about it. And then the Blood Mist is my get out of trouble card. Like if I get stunned or frozen or something and I'm about to die, I'll pop that. It's just one thing I missed about my barb, which I got bored with my barb. I got him to 84, and the most damage I've ever seen him do was like 32,000, and that was an overpowered critical. He can take a hit now. He has no problem surviving, but it just takes him forever to kill stuff. So I got bored with him when I started my Necro, and now she's way higher than me. He's 84. She's 94. So yeah, I'm bad about not even looking at the stuff, but I'm trying to find new stuff to upgrade to. I don't know why I'm selling this shit because I've got money, but I'm gonna salvage that unique. I got a bunch of those too. I don't know if it's lagging or what it is. If it's raining, I'm sure over there. Yeah, man. Go salvage some of these sigils for the Nightmare Dungeons. That's what I do, is Nightmare Dungeons. And it seems to me like the Tree of Whispers doesn't really give you, once you get like level 70 or so, it doesn't seem like you get any good items. Like you get a legendary here and there, but they're not worth it now. Iron Ore. Oh yeah, straight I'll keep that. I found grass. Critical resist, I get that. Since she pretty much depends on criticals, I don't do those very often. I don't like the trade row. Refuge, I like that one. That's a fast one. Ancient Reservoir, it's okay, I like it too. Anyway, I'll show you my equipment. This is my bonus sword right here. Well, let me show you. This is my scythe. It's got 271 life on kill, 48% core skill, 90% damage to injured, 37 critical strike, 46 critical strike with bone. And then it's got the bone spears. Once it goes to the first enemy, it makes everyone that masters that be vulnerable for 5 seconds. And then the shards deal 135% bonus damage to vulnerable enemies and pierce them. And then when I'm doing bosses, I switch to this one because it's got 21% critical strike, 64% distant, 34% critical strike, 34% vulnerable, and 40% core. And it's got the same skill on it, perfect roll. bone spear, or whatever it's called, with its splintering, yeah. My boots, not really anything special about it. Most of my armor is not any good, except for like my helmet. That's about it. But it's got 4 ranks of corpse tendrils, and the only reason I kept that is because it reduces the cooldown on corpse tendrils. Which, since I've got where's that? The vicious heart, walking your corpse, automatically activate and equip all corpse skills. It doesn't have the cooldown on the corpse tendrils. It doesn't trigger a cooldown, so it can do it how many times it wants to. So I could get rid of the corpse tendrils on this, because the only reason I had it was because it reduced the cooldown to like 8 seconds or some shit. Willpower, movement speed, and intelligence. And that stunning, when at least 5 close enemies and stun them, that's actually really useful. I picked this up several times, and I've never used it. But it had a little bit better armor than what I had, and what I had didn't really have any skills on it worth a damn anyway. So I like this one because it had the pants I had like 920 to maximum life or some shit. So this had more. So I was like, yeah. But the main reason is that skill that's on it that affects the heal on 100%, grant a barrier up to 80%. That works with the life on kill from this. So she can keep a barrier up just about at all times. And see, it doesn't have a cooldown, or not really cooldown, but it doesn't have a timer on how long it can be before it triggers the barrier. So she can keep a barrier up as long as she's killing stuff. Nice going through dungeons. The gloves, critical strike chance, 4 ranks of bone spear, 26% critical strike damage with bone skills, and then I'll keep the lucky hit because this way I can have a better chance of keeping essence. And then she's got the consuming a corpse increases the damage of your next core skill, which I haven't really paid attention to see if that vicious heart consuming corpses, I don't know if it triggers this skill or not. I haven't really paid attention to it. I think it does, but like I said, I haven't paid that much attention to it. And then my armor, 56 strength, 14% damage, 16.5% bone skill, and then 17% physical. And then it's got the one for the barrier when you damage an elite. And then Deathless Massage, I picked up so many of these, it's not funny. And I want another helmet, because I don't really give a shit about the echoes exploding after you throw it. It doesn't really make that big of a difference. But it's got that physical damage and a critical strike with bone skills. And then that 9 maximum essence is nice too, even though it's a very low roll. But it's nice. My amulet, 3 ranks to all corpse skills, which I don't care about that, but whatever was in the 15% damage slot was worse. so I kept that, and bone skill damage and essence cost reduction. And then it's got the corpse tendril, the grasping veins aspect on it. You get 30% critical strike chance, and then 60% bonus critical strike damage when they're damaged by corpse tendrils. And it's got a brutal heart in it, and then become immune for 3.8 seconds if I lose more than 20% life in a single hit. It works pretty good. This one's got serration on it. 5.1% critical strike chance, 12.8% vulnerable damage, 17.2% critical strike with bone, and then the 134 life regeneration while not damaged recently. Like I said, whatever was in the place of that vulnerable damage was worse than that, so I rolled it. And then it's got the, like I said, the serration ossified essence. Increases critical strike damage by 1% per essence above 50 up to 40%. And then it's got a devious heart in it. And that's in there specifically because I was having serious fucking issues with the devious malignant enemies, because they would make it where I didn't have any essence and I couldn't do it with them. They couldn't kill me, but I couldn't kill them either hardly, because they keep me drained. So that's why I put them on there, because it has that 90% reduction on it. And then the other reason though is it gives me 6.5% increased resource generation, which is nice. And then my other ring's got 3.3% critical strike chance, 48% damage to injured, 24% critical strike damage, 11.3% vulnerable, and then it's got the critical strikes with bone skills, increases my regeneration by 162%, which, like I said, it keeps me from running out of essence. Just going through a dungeon, she very rarely runs out of essence. get me in a bind or anything. And that's the one that's got the vicious heart on it that makes it use corpse skills, and it's got a perfect roll too. As far as my yeah, that's what I got sacrificed. The skirmisher gives me 5% critical strike chance. The cold mages give me 15% increased damage to vulnerable, and the golems give me 30% increased critical strike damage. And then, as far as my boards, I've got, let's do it full screen. I've got sacrificial here, giving me 22% damage on willpower. We got bone graft, increases my damage by 1% and maximum essence by 3 for 8 seconds, stacks up to 8% 24. That's critical strike damage with bone skills. This is Gravekeeper, gives me 25% bone skill damage, and then 12 intelligence, and then 2% increased damage of 12 for every close corpse. This one is what board is this? This is the Sin of Death. Yeah, I like that one because it's fighting. We're starting to fight with bosses. It's guaranteed 15% extra damage since there's no corpses around, and if there's at least 2, I get 15% damage reduction. I got Imbiber on this one. It gives me, with the way I've got it set up, I get 106.9% damage while healthy, and the potion increase too, which is nice. And this one is hey, what's this? Oh, there it is. This is the Bloodbath Paragon board. And it's got Essence in it, which gives me 97% critical strike damage. And they deal 200% increased damage to enemies that are not healthy. And then, like, I've got this one here for the, it's like 45 damage, which I don't have anything that fortifies me, but I got it because it's got this one and this one there. That's an extra 27% or so critical strike damage. And then my last board down here is it's got Exploit in it, which gives me 23% vulnerable damage. I'm working my way to the Flesh Eater node now. I need 2 more Paragon points to get that, and then I'm gonna come back over here and work down to get these 2 to get another, what do they give, 4% increased vulnerable damage. So that'll give me that, and then I don't know where I'm gonna go from there. I cheated. I looked online and pulled up some Paragon boards and looked over them and saw how I wanted to do them. I haven't used any builds yet. I need to, because I could probably find one for that 17 million damage, but I don't want to go by somebody else's build. I want to do it my way, because this is just kind of not as enjoyable if I'm just doing whatever somebody else did, you know. Let's see, and that's really about it. I just want to show a little gameplay of the Bones for Necro. Show what I got equipped. So if anybody has plans to make a Bones for Necro, you can look at my stuff and see how I got it set up. It might give you some ideas on how you want to do yours. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Y'all have a good one. Take it easy.